It is time.
They say the highway stretches forever, just miles and miles of asphalt leading nowhere. For those unlucky enough to drive down Old Route 43 on a stormy night, there's a place most wish they'd never found. A sign looms up ahead, battered by time and nearly unreadable. The last motel. Vacancy always. A young couple, Sophie and Mark, soaked from the rain and desperate for shelter, pull up, squinting through the downpour. The motel clerk greets them with a strange smile, eyes gleaming under the dim, buzzing lights of the lobby.
"You folks look tired."
He murmurs, voice soft but unsettling.
"Room 103, end of the hall."
Sophie hesitates, catching a glimpse of something strange in the reflection of the glass behind the counter. It looks like a face, watching her, a pale, ghostly face with hollow eyes, lingering just long enough for her to blink. And when she looked again, it was gone. Their room is bleak and suffocating. The wallpaper peels, revealing strange markings beneath. Scratches, maybe. Or claw marks. Mark laughs it off.
"Probably just old guests."
He jokes, forcing a smile. But Sophie feels it, that thick, sticky feeling of being watched. That night, the nightmares begin. Sophie sees flashes of herself wandering the empty motel halls. Doors slam, locks click shut, and whispering fills the air. She turns, seeing shadows shifting, melting into shapes, forming faces that twist and grin and call her name in voices that are hers,
Sophie.
but not. She wakes up gasping and finds Mark sitting on the edge of the bed, staring blankly out the window.
Mark.
She whispers. He turns slowly, his face gaunt, pale as if drained of life.
"I can't find a way out.
He mutters with eyes dark and hollow.
Every door I open just leads me back here."
In a daze, Sophie staggers into the hall. It's quiet. Too quiet. And in the silence, she hears it. Faint footsteps echoing her own, a steady heartbeat that's not hers. Each door she tries is locked. Every turn down the hall seems to lead back to room 103, like the motel itself is swallowing her whole. Finally, she reaches the lobby, but it's empty, barren. Even the front door has vanished. Her breathing quickens as she spins, desperate for an escape, only to be met by a wall of photographs lining the far side of the room. Rows upon rows of faces, terrified, hollow, desperate. There, among the others, she sees herself. A frozen image of horror, lips parted in a silent scream. And then, another photo, newly pinned beside hers. Mark, looking just as haunted, just as trapped. Sophie stumbles back, heart pounding, when a voice fills the room, a cold, empty whisper that seems to seep from the walls themselves.
Welcome to the last motel where nobody leaves.
In one last frantic attempt, she races back to room 103, throws herself at the door, and finds Mark waiting inside, staring blankly at the bed.
"Mark, we have to go!"
We're already here.
Days pass. Weeks. Outside, the neon flickers in the rain. A whisper in the dark.